What is up, guys and gals, finessers and finessettes? It is I, Fonzarelli, fell-handed, and today we're going to have a little DD action. No surprise. Kagero, Tier 7, Japanese Destroyer. Now, guys, before I get into the meat and potatoes of said video, we're going to have a lot of new stuff coming out. You know, we just had the German battleships unlocked, so that's a thing. So we're going to be doing a lot of that, a lot of Bismarck footage. I see it already. As much Iowa stuff as I get, I'm going to get some Bismarck stuff. Now, and that being said, I also am going for that myself. Now, also, the Frenchies. Expect a lot of new French footage. It's a very, very exciting time to be alive. We're going to have a whole lot of stuff coming at you, so make sure to stay tuned. Back to the game. Kagero. I enjoy this particular vessel. I was going to do a how to torp guide. Every time I do it, my capture card absolutely 100% poops itself. I don't know what it is. Every time I like really go in and do some strong arm editing, I don't know. I don't know what to say. So until I get it figured out, it's not going to happen. We're just going to have the straight run-of-the-mill finessery, if there is such thing as straight run-of-the-mill finessery. Now, moving on back to the game here, folks, we have some bad guys to our 12 o'clock on the other side of the island. Looks like he's going to creep up on me. Now, I'm kind of in a very precarious situation. I want to give him my side and throw some torps here, but at the same time, you know, they're very aware of my presence thanks to spotter plane. So we're kind of throwing a cloud here. We're being a little cautious. The guy on the right is, oh my god, there's a guy coming from the left. The guy on the right is not necessarily about that life. He is becoming about that life because his homeboy to my left, about 2 o'clock, is pushing. It is not a good look for our hero here. We're going to throw a set of torps on both sides. See what happens. I got to be honest, not looking good for this gentleman here at 2 o'clock. Looks like he's going to run right up there and take a face full of fish, and boom. We got the other gentleman, and we got him as well. So, bravo! I managed to get a double strike out of that. Do not try to finesse the finesser. Moving on. So, 2 down. Already, almost 60k damage, 57, I don't know, numbers. It's under 60 somewhere. And we're looking for new targets. That's what we're doing. You know, I feel like I have so much energy, guys. You know, I had such a horrible week last week because I was on call and it was shut down the stream and I'd get called in all these goofy hours. And now we're back at it. We're back up in here and I got all kind of energy and I'm very, very excited. And I hope some of you / like 3 people are very, very excited with me. Let me know down below. Moving on. We are stalking this gentleman right here. We've kind of got the Busto activated. We're kind of trying to track him down. The bad guys are kind of getting dragged through the mud here. 4 down to R0. Really out here just making it happen. Putting them down there in the dirt, on their knees, in the dirt. Just going out here and balling out on them. Trying to see if I can get a targeting solution here because I would love to throw these torps a little bit sooner, you know, rather than later. You know, because that way if you throw them sooner, you get a reload sooner. That's kind of my mentality there. We're going to kind of stack and we're going to throw 1 dead on, 1 slightly to the left, see what happens, go ahead, peel off, start thinking of what we're going to do for a secondary target, and move on. Not a whole lot happening in this zone. This gentleman's not taking a whole lot of fire. I think that set is kind of looking like it may miss, but who knows? It may miss, it may not. I don't know. Either way, we're going to freestyle it. We're going to go around here. We're going to try to serve some people, ball on some civilians until we can get out here and we can make some things happen. Yeah, it looks like he may catch... No, he's not going to... Yeah. He just kind of veered out of the way there at the last minute. We're not going to call it finessery. Oh, a small amount of finessery, if you will. Going to try to go over here, finesse him around the island. Now, see, guys, this is the perfect time to drop torps on some folks is when they're busy, when they're being actively engaged. Because here's the thing. We know there's not going to be a whole lot of maneuvering, simply because if he turns to the left or the right, he's going to be giving up broadside to whoever's shooting him from our 3 o'clock. You dig what I'm saying? So we're going to kind of try to pull up here and torp him while he's actively engaged, while he's not thinking about us. He's not thinking about nothing but taking those rounds, phrasing, and we're going to try to just throw the hate down range. And just, we're eyeballing it here. That's all we're doing. We're guesstimating, he's going to come around this corner at whatever time. I don't know. You know, we're going to throw hate against the wall, see if it sticks. Now we're loitering around this area just in case this happens to miss. I want to go ahead and line up some second shots. It's not looking very good right now, because it looks like he's kind of turning out hard, but at the same time, I don't think he's turning enough. No, he's turning back in now. Thank you for that. I appreciate that. We're going to cut you a check. So, but I don't know. It looks like he's kind of turning out hard. Now he's turning back into him because he's trying to avoid those shots. And kablamo right in the side, broadside, abracadabra, Holmes. Hold those for me. Fish for dinner. Moving on. Gentleman over here to our 3 o'clock. Not a fan. Trying to get the guns around. They're just fighting me tooth and nail. At least they're not quite as slow as some others. But we're going to go ahead. Just let him know we're thinking about him. Pepper him up a little bit there. Incapacitation, if you will. A little bit of a decoration there. You know, the second he starts shooting back at me, I am not a fan of that. I apologize. So we're going to go ahead and just start turning out here. Because it's all well and good if you can poop on somebody, you know, with no repercussions. But when it comes down to it, I surrender. Let me go ahead and leave there. It's not a good look for him right here, folks. Yeah, he got decorated. Back to the water garage for you. 93,000 and some change here. We're trying to make it happen. Posted up in a smoke cloud. You know, as far as the teams go, it's a 4v3 type situation. Now, at this point, guys, down in the game, it simply comes down to, you know, depending on the points and how things look, it's either going to be a good game for us or it's going to be a bad game for us. Simply because, you know, the torps are only going to load so fast. And I'm not necessarily one of those people who tend to throw one set at somebody and hope for the best. Of course, this game excluded, I didn't really have much of a choice, but most of the time you see I throw a two float spread there, simply because it increases your hit chances. You know, you can kind of lay it out, what have you. Looks like we threw one there to the left, throwing one dead on target. Because when it comes right down to torp reloads, you're kind of limited as far as, you know, the points. If the other team's getting points faster than you are and you can't physically reload them fast enough, you know, if we're in a kamikaze, that's a different animal. But, you know, we've got a minute 21 on reload. There's a finite amount we can do. So that's kind of when you really start feeling it as a DD guy. You're like, you know, there's only so much I can do out here. Now, granted, you know, if the other team had 50 points and there was a full team, okay, we're going to put in some work. But a lot of times that doesn't really happen. I don't know if those torps are going to hit there. It's looking like he may catch one. I don't know. And that's this thing right there, guys. He started turning a long time ago. And, you know, we can't fault him for that. He's just out there doing his own thing. And I don't even necessarily think he knew there was a wall of skill coming at him. He just started maneuvering simply because he was being fired upon. And that's kind of what you have to work around. You have to... It's so funny. I went from all this energy to immediately, you know, transitioning into Professor Hefe. Anyway, Professor Hefe says, you know, you have these guys getting fired on and they're maneuvering and they're doing their own thing. And, you know, it'd be a different story if they're out there and they are not thinking about you at all, or they're doing their own thing. That guy just turned, man. That whole float of torps just missed. It is a 3v3 type situation, and it doesn't appear as if I am really going to have a whole lot of effect on things here, simply because physically the torps can't get there before things are kind of going to get out of control, if you catch my drift. And what I mean by that is I have a team that is rapidly disintegrating here, along with my ship. I have got problems with hair on them. It is little old me now, and I had a team, and just in a moment, things went completely 180 south, pear-shaped, whatever you want to call them. It's not a good look for me. I am spotted by numerous vessels here. I'm trying to get the guns lined up immediately. Caught on fire, which is my favorite thing. And kablamo! Take that, fool! We got our parting shot there. You know, it wasn't great, but you know, we went out there, we made it happen, we did what it did, we made it do what it do. You know, it can't all be Shakespeare, but yeah, we had a fun time there. 99,000, right at 100 grand, 100 points on the thingy. 467,000 silver credits, ducats, whatever you call them, dollar amount type situations. Guys, hope you all enjoyed. Make sure, like, subscribe, share, hit the notification button. Check back Monday through Friday, 11 p.m. Eastern for the video of the day, and Monday through Friday, 7 to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for the stream. See you next time.